Wake up, you have to wake up.
What? Is it the Germans?
Close. New Linear A models are getting released soon. You have to check the website.
Holy smokes! Do you see the lineup that's coming from Linear A? I cannot believe the sheer audacity of this company in bringing the top shelf of innovation to ancient period miniatures. Some of these models are as old as the subject matter they're trying to depict, for crying out loud. No. That's Cyrus the Great, playing with Hat's Gallic warriors. If you look closely, you can see that. Aha, I got you, you son of a bitch. You think you can hide from me? Haha, no. I know you too well. You are the only selection in my local store for 10 years. I'd recognize you blindfolded. You can't fool me, Hat Gallic warriors. Just like you couldn't fool the Romans. And then you got genocided. For decades, 1/72nd modelers had a limited selection of miniatures that would have to last them, apparently, for a lifetime. Who was gonna make new Celts? No one's remaking the Celt set. You're not going to have new weapons or technological advancements for the Celts. You know, that's already been decided thousands of years ago. That was it. But here comes Linear A, the unlikely saviors, who decide to make the first new plastic 1/72nd miniatures for the first time in memory. They've now switched to 3D printing, which means that once again, no one is making plastic ancients or medieval miniatures, and a new Dark Age commences just as quickly as the new Age of Hope had begun. Now, I know Plastic Soldier Review says plastic, but the manufacturer themselves say resin. They say it on the forum. But look at this lineup. At first I was like, okay, hold up. Macedonian phalanx? That's the coolest of the phalanxes. That's better than the Greek phalanx because it's an evolution of that phalanx, or the Seleucid phalanx. No one even knows who you are. No one. How many people read nowadays? If you took the average person off the street and put a gun to their head and said, tell me what the Seleucid Empire is, or you die, they're gonna die. You're straight up just killing them. Even Jigsaw from the Saw movies would be like, what? That's not fair. You can't ask that. Who knows that? What Jigsaw would do is he'd have a history book on a table, which is like booby-trapped, to drill into your head as soon as you open the book, because he likes his traps to be thematic. It's like his way of calling you a dummy. But even Jigsaw would give you access to the book, you know, like a homicidal library. Now, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Do you know the last time we got a Macedonian phalanx? 2002. Sure, we get Epirote phalanxes and successor phalanxes, but the OG? That's crazy. At first I was like, that's pretty cool, but then I saw the next name on the list. The Palmyrene Empire. Yes!
Shit. The mother-flipping Palmyrene Empire.
I love them.
That's like the best of the empires. There's only like 3 empires better than them. Like the Roman Empire, Puff Daddy's Empire, the actual empire. That's not many empires. They resisted the Romans and had shields with arrows on them. That's pretty sweet. I was kidding before about the Seleucid Empire. Like 100 people worldwide would know them. But the Palmyrene Empire? Literally no one knows them. This only makes Linear A more heroic for trying to lose money producing these for a tax write-off. Bravo. A bold strategy for the financial year. I've always been fascinated by the Palmyrenes, but they're not as cool as the Macedonians, so I could feel my excitement dipping. But then, it's a great supporter of climate action. Genghis Khan, my boy. This guy was responsible for killing 11% of the world's population in his time. And he didn't press a button. He physically grabbed a sword and hit you until you died. Him and his like collective warriors. So this wasn't an easy feat as nuking the world like you would today. This was truly difficult. He was a blue collar worker, this one. In fact, he killed so many people that you can see him in the global carbon record as deforestation was decreased and less carbon dioxide was produced because the world was running on rivers of blood instead. A study found that 0.5% of men globally share Genghis's Y chromosome, meaning that he has fathered 0.5% of all men on the planet, which is wild. But it's not as simple as he fathered a lot of children. You have to note that he killed a lot of children that weren't his, meaning that the survivors, his children, had more opportunities to propagate his bloodline. It's Genghis Khan. He's iconic. He's like a Kardashian of his time. This is like how Marvel fanboys feel when they see their favorite hero appear. You know, it's like, oh, it's Hawkeye. I like him. Except it's Genghis, mass genocider. But then what's this? Mongol storm. What is that?
Is that an energy drink? Oh, it's a book. Yeah, it's a Mongol storm! Surely they're not being literal. Like, it's not a Sharknado with Mongols replacing the sharks, but hype! Mongol storm! Oh, there's 2 Mongol storms! Oh, hamburgers! They're dropping the sequel immediately. You know shit's good when it's a storm, and then you get 2 storms. I think they used to sell a drink called a Storm at KFC, and they mix like ice cream and milk and a bunch of chocolate and stuff. So, running on that precedent, this is gonna be good. Okay, we have literal Jesus Christ. Actual Jesus Christ in miniature form. How do you even compete with that? How? Does he have stats? Do you fight Jesus on the tabletop? What's his attack value? Is this sacrilege? This is shaping up to be the best lineup of all time. It's got Jesus Christ in it. I don't know how you even compete with that. Like, just literally undefeatable. No, I don't care about Napoleonics. We're gonna skip that. Literally, oh my god. It's the Der Hexenhammer Malus Maleficarum. Do you know how long I've wanted the Der Hexenhammer Malus Maleficarum? I've wanted this set as soon as I read those words. Now, I don't know anything about the witch hunters, but I know that the atmosphere and the vibe is very gothic and mysterious, introducing an element of the supernatural, even though this subject matter is rooted in real-life history. And I think that's a great setting for warband-level games, where a small number of characterful models can be painted quickly and played, and it's also part of the same thematic area as Jesus Christ. So that is a lineup, and what a lineup. Incredible. There are now more reasons to live. I look forward to seeing how Linear A execute such exciting subject matters. Gee whiz, that's just such a great lineup of miniatures. You know, on behalf of them, I feel passionate. We need equality. It's time for equal rights.
Primaris Space Marines and Firstborn Space Marines are one and the same. Whether you are Primaris or Firstborn, you have equal rights. I really like both of you, and I will invite you to my birthday party. You should buy Primaris Space Marines, because that way you buy the same army twice, and Games Workshop makes more money. Many thanks to the Commander Bunker for commanding the bunkers in my absence. He's got a YouTube channel right here covering the Imogen War. I'm quite a fan of it, so feel free to check it out.